What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news, unfortunately, concerning Danny Kelly Jr. Boxer Danny Kelly Jr., who held a record of 10-3-1, including a fight with Adam Kalnacki, was shot dead Christmas Eve in Maryland, USA. Professional boxer Danny Kelly was killed in front of his girlfriend and 3 kids on Christmas Eve. Authorities in Maryland, where the event took place, are currently looking for more information on the shooting, which is being considered as a possible road rage incident. The 30-year-old boxer, who held, of course, the record of 10-3-1, was driving his family to a pre-Christmas dinner when he was fatally shot in the Temple Hills area of Maryland. Kelly Jr. was killed about 4:40 p.m. on Friday, Christmas Eve, with his girlfriend in the car, as well as his children, 4, 7, and 9. Patrol officers were called to the 44 block of St. Barnabas Road in Temple Hills. A statement from the Prince George's County Police Department. They discovered Kelly unresponsive in the driver's seat of the SUV, suffering from gunshot wounds. He was pronounced dead a short time later at the hospital. Primarily, it appears that the suspect's vehicle pulled up to Kelly's SUV and someone inside opened fire. No one else in Kelly's SUV was injured. Okay, at this time, detectives are looking into whether this was a possible road rage. Detectives are working on identifying the suspects and the suspect vehicle. Wow. Of course, his biggest fight was against Adam Kalnacki. This is very unfortunate. A lot of people had a lot to say that knew him. And they had, hey, this was an absolute heartbreaking loss for Mr. Kelly. Police said he is not home with his loved ones today on Christmas, who are now mourning his loss instead of celebrating the holiday. His younger brother said, "I can't believe that he won't answer my calls." It's crazy. A lot of people had a lot to say. And he was a wonderful dad. His grandmother said, and this is just terrible. And I hate to report this, but it needs to be known that, like I've been telling people with my Counterpunch, that boxers are targets, okay? And one thing about being a person with lethal weapons, people either fear you, or they're intimidated by you, or they try you due to competition or whatever. There's been several fighters that have been shot dead, just like Mr. Kelly. Julian Letterlow, Vernon Forrest, okay, that comes to mind. And it's been some type of violent act, because you had somebody that was chicken shit enough, knowing that it was a boxer. Because for me, I don't think, in my opinion, that it was road rage. It could have been, but I don't think it was. I think this was someone that knew who Kelly was. They had to have some type of physical altercation before. Therefore, he knew him, saw him or something. Maybe he tried to, try Kelly, okay? And Kelly showed him why he's a boxer, and then he couldn't take it, because a lot of people can't take ass whoopings, people. They can't. Danny probably showed him what was up, and that guy saw his opportunity at that point, drove up to him and shot him. Now, you think about it, if he was shot in the car, unless someone's rolling around with a shotgun, you know what I mean? So it's crazy that I would see someone doing it with a gunshot. You know what I mean? Think about it. So someone had to think about what happened, premeditated, go home, get a shotgun, and then shoot. Okay, again, it could be road rage, but listening to that, no. And with their children, he must have did something to someone that they couldn't handle. You know, but truth is always stranger than fiction. Okay, so there's no telling what happened, but I think that person knew who Danny was, and then that's why he then did what he did, which was bullshit. It was foul. It was cold. You know, he was there with his 3 kids. Now, you know, they have to deal with that type of trauma in their life, you know, on Christmas Eve. So Christmas Eve will always be an archive for anybody, the survivors in that SUV, the family of Mr. Danny Kelly. You know, again, so people that are in the spotlight, you know, that's why I worry about like guys like Adrian Broner, because, you know, he's been in situations where he's been shot at and stuff like that. People know who you are. You know, jealousy, envy, things like that, those come into play when you are on a certain pedestal, or you are in a certain position financially or popularity wise. You know, a lot of people just hate you for being you at the end of the day. So again, this is very sad news for Mr. Danny Kelly Jr. You guys tell me what you think about this fallen boxer. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.